Hello everybody, I am Jared Ross, the GeneaVlogger, and welcome back to another Professional Genealogist Reacts. On today's video, I'll be reacting to Arabs get a DNA test from Kulana Arab. This is a pretty big channel. I've never seen them before. Well, I guess they're 22.6 thousand subscribers. So I guess actually not too far from me. And I'm guessing that it's going to be multiple people who are Arabic based on the thumbnail. Like the previous videos I've had with people from that region, there's a lot of travel from, North Africa, the Middle East, parts of Europe, and Africa. Well, I said North Africa, but there's a lot of stuff going on there. So, I imagine that they'll be getting a multitude of different things. And I think in the thumbnail, they basically showed that some of them are going to have amounts of Irish and European and stuff. It's not super surprising, but I could see how it could be surprising for someone who's, only known that they're Arabic. So before we do jump into the video, please be sure to give this a thumbs up. It really does help me out. Also, be sure to subscribe and click that bell for notifications. With that fun stuff said, let's jump into the video.
Say wallah. Raw. Welcome back to Kulana Arab. Today, we're going to take a deeper look into history. Race, ethnicities, nationalisms. Do these things actually matter? Are we as human beings exclusively from one place, or are we a hybrid of different things?
The latter.
I've asked 5 of my Arab friends from 5 different countries to take a DNA test. We've got Mehdi from Morocco, we've got Lamis from Egypt, we've got May from Syria, Saeed from Yemen, and Muhammad from Iraq. And they're going to be taking the DNA.
All right, so a good multitude. We have some of the North African countries, some of the Middle Eastern countries. I think this will be good. I'm excited.
DNA test to find out where they're actually from. My name is Hamza, and this is Kulana Arab. Enjoy.
So I'm here today to take a DNA test and find out, I guess, where I originate from.
What are we doing today?
Checking out where I'm from, actually, not just Egypt.
Curious.
Why are you curious?
Because especially where I'm from in the south in Yemen, obviously there's a lot of mix with East Africans, trade.
So both my parents are from Egypt originally.
Both my parents are from Iraq.
My parents are from Yemen. Both of them are from the city of Aden, which is the capital of the south.
Both are from Syria. My mom is from Latakia and my dad's from Hama.
Both my parents are Moroccan, both of them from Casablanca. I wouldn't be surprised if there were other African countries, because I have heard rumors. People in my family used to tell me I had a great granddad from Ghana or something. So it's gonna be interesting.
It'll probably be 50% Iranian, a little bit of Iraqi, and then maybe some Turkish and Russian as well.
Why Russian?
I have no idea. Geographically, it's close to the other countries, so I think there'll probably be some influences from there.
Yeah, see, I think most of the populations he's thinking he's going to get aren't actually defined by any of the groups. The Iranian would be, I guess, Persian in some of the groups, and then in others, I don't even know if they have a Persian. Because I know we had the previous video about Persian DNA, and I looked into it, and I think there was 1 or 2 sites that had Persian, but others didn't. So, I think he's going to be really surprised with what he gets.
Hella European. I'm going to get so much Turkish or something. I just want Southeast Asian, something like that, Latino, something like that. Oh, I'd love that. Be a bit spicy.
I think I'm going to be predominantly native. I think I'm going to have maybe a small mix of Asian and East African.
I think I'm going to have some Jewish in me. Honestly,
it won't be surprising if any of them get Jewish readings. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have any sort of recent ancestors who were Jewish, but coming from Middle Eastern areas, they share a lot of ancestors. Jews and Arabs share a lot of ancestors. So it would just make sense.
This looks dangerous. It's biohazard.
What do you want me to tell you? So you'll see two cheek swabs. So one is for your left cheek, the other's for your right cheek.
My butt cheek. My left.
You put it on your left cheek first, and then you spin it while you go up and down. You're using some of that Ghanaian strength.
Does it matter if I ate cheese crisps before?
How long ago?
Don't worry.
30 minutes. As long as 30 minutes.
Some fancy stuff. I don't need this in life. Okay, we've done it.
Any last comments before?
No, I'm excited. Can't wait.
Let's do it.
6 weeks.
Okay, we're back here again, and today we're going to be finding out my DNA results. I am super excited. We've been waiting for 6 weeks for them, so I'm really excited to finally find out where my heritage goes back to. Let's go! Oh, look at that. What's that? Iran, yeah? That's what I thought. West Asian, 65%. Middle East, Saudi Arabia, you know, 18%. A bit of Asia in there, South Asian. Oh my God, I got some Indian in me.
I think that there's further breakdowns, like community breakdowns, that they aren't showing in this, because he's definitely, I don't know. I kind of wish they showed a bit more. It seems like they're cutting out a lot.
I got some Irish in me, Scottish. Conor McGregor. I'm joking. That is crazy. See, I was a little bit right, you know. Hey, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. I'm a citizen of the world. Let's go and take a deeper dive in a world of forbidden pleasures. No, I'm joking. But you know, when you meet up with a girl now, you can be like, listen, I'm from this country too, you know what I'm saying? I got some Turkish in me, got some Scottish in me. Oh man, like it's crazy to think about. Like my ancestors they've been all over the place. They've been everywhere. They've been like traveling the world. So after Brexit, when these guys try to kick me out, I'm gonna be like, hey, listen, I got 3.6% in my blood, you know? I don't know, how did we get to Ireland? Like I understand, like, you know, in the Middle East, like you've got like Turkey, like I guess I can also see like Kazakhstan, India's a little bit further out, but like, and then you've got Egypt and Saudi Arabia. Like I can see how like my ancestors might have like traveled from one area to the other area. So, like, how the hell do you go from all the way being over there to all the way going to Ireland? 70% of it I expected. We've got the usual suspects in there: Turkey, Iraq, Iran. That bit I definitely expected. What are you laughing for? Usual suspects. I think I expected most of it, but there are definitely some surprising bits of it. India and Nepal, that was definitely interesting. Central Asia, like Kazakhstan, didn't expect to see any of those countries pop up.
We're back here to find out my ethnicity, see if I'm actually purely Moroccan, which I doubt, but yeah, man, I'm intrigued. Oh, so it says that I'm 90.5% African, North Africa, West Africa, European, Sierra Leonean, which is 3.6%, which is mad, I didn't know that. Southern
That's
Europe,
cool.
Iberian, that's mad. Yo, that's crazy. So I'm Spanish. I'm sorted. Sorted, guys. Bruv, I'm shocked. It's not complete whoa. Like, I am majority Moroccan, like I said. But in terms of the Sierra Leonean part and Iberian part, completely contradicts what I'm saying. I'm not Moroccan. I'm everything. That's what I'm trying to say to everyone.
Right, guys, so we're back after 6 weeks. Hamza's invited me around. The results are in. It's time to check out our DNA results. I'm excited and I'm nervous. I'm more anxious, like, where am I from? What if I'm just not from where I thought I've been from, like, this whole time? What if it's just a mad surprise? Oh yeah, I'm shook, bro. Alright, let's do it.
See, they're showing a little bit more this time.
Yemenite Jewish. Hey, this is bad sick.
Yeah, he's got a lot of Jewish reading.
North Africa. They were more heard about. Nigeria. China. Say Allah. Poland, Ukraine, bro. Where did that come from, bro? Polska sklep.
What were the...
Nigeria.
I'm really not liking how they don't leave these percentages up, and I don't like how they don't show all of it. They're kind of, they're giving you minimal information, and then it's like, I don't know. It's hard to understand it all. But so Yemenite Jewish 34.6, 14.6% Ethiopian Jewish, and then 5.7% Ashkenazi Jewish. That Chinese and Vietnamese 1.4%. That is trace, but it's, that's from Asia, and I don't know how much of a crossover there is in terms of like being able to read between Middle Eastern and then other, Eastern Asia, but I would imagine that it's fairly distinct. So even though it's 1.4%, there could be some veracity to that. So, him having his mom test or his dad test or siblings test or relative, see if any of them also get that even at higher readings. But with the amount of Jewish he has, it basically seems like he's more than half Jewish. So, I wonder if he knew that in any way. I guess we'll just have to see what he says.
Ethiopian Jewish, North Africa. They were more heard about. Nigeria, China. Say Allah. Poland, Ukraine, bro. Where did that come from, bro? Polska sklep. Bro.
Why are you surprised?
There's like 55-60% of me is African. Ashkenazi Jew. Is that Iberia? Chinese and Vietnamese, bro. That's mad, bro. Middle Eastern and East African, yeah. I didn't expect to get North African and West African and European. Europe.
North African, I definitely like. North Africa and the Middle East are so tied historically with the migrations of people that it just makes sense. I mean, even including some of that Iberian because of that flow, especially from, the Reconquista as they started to push the Arabs out of Spain, coming down, pushed them back through North Africa. Makes a lot of sense to me that there would be that North African in there. And obviously any Iberian that any of them get, even in small percentages, may be representative of that, distant connection between those migration and population routes.
European, bro. That's a madness.
I'm gonna be so sad though if it's like rubbish. I want like a nice mix. Like I wanna see.
She probably
like,
will.
Parts of the atlas up on there.
It'll probably be fairly mixed.
Hey,
Yeah.
42.2% Middle Eastern, 29.1% North African. I knew I'd get this. Marazi Jewish, Iranian/Iraqi. Oh, don't lie. I swear I saw South America up in there. Iranian/
Ashkenazi Jewish, and then other Italian, Maasai, West Asian, Nigerian. All right. So now I want to point out, if you notice under the others, it's always those small percentages. And for some of the companies, they'll call those trace regions or other things like that. And I know I've had a few comments where the way that they talk about trace results, it seems like they think that when something is a trace result, that means that it's completely false. But in reality, a trace result just means that it's really small. It doesn't mean that it's, disproven because it's so small. It just means that at such small percentages, because there is a margin of error with these tests, and especially with different population groups, that can be higher or lower, which, if you watch my video about, how accurate are these DNA tests, or how can you, I forgot how I worded it because I hate using the word accuracy, because it's statistical stuff between precision, recall, and then there's accuracy and other stuff. But basically going into the white papers, and looking at the precision recall, you can figure out more in depth about this stuff. And I talk about that in that video about measuring the performance of these DNA tests. So you'll see these other results, or they'll be defined as trace regions. You'll often hear people call them trace results. And there could be some truth to them, especially if there's something in the family history that connects to that. But sometimes it's misreads, artifacts, or other things. People call it noise. Yeah, but it's often the thing that people like to check out the most. It's the most interesting stuff because it's so, unique to what they thought it was going to be.
/Iraqi. Oh, Don't lie, I swear I saw South America up in there. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna ignore everything else and take that. Allah. Oh, someone said that to me today, the Maasai tribe. West Africa, Nigerian, 1%. My Nigerian friends are gonna be happy about that. 3.7% Italian. You know that sass. I knew it was from somewhere else other than the Arabs. That's wild. I wasn't expecting the Jewish part. I wasn't expecting the 1% Nigerian. I wasn't expecting the 3.7% Italian. I was expecting some Latino. I was hoping for Latino. But
okay, so it's been 6 weeks. We're back again. I'm excited. I just wanted to have a look. I can't wait. Let's go. What? Where's... Okay, fine. I told you. North Africa. I knew it.
Greek and South
I
Italian.
know Moroccan. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I am 53.7% West Asian, 19.7% North African, 13.6% Middle Eastern, 13% Europe, Greek and South Italian, and I'm 2.8 Jewish. Oh my God. I guess this is me.
But you're only like 13% Middle Eastern.
I know.
How do you feel about that?
Fine. You know, look, in this world, there's no one's from anywhere. We're from everywhere. No borders. I say no borders.
Honestly, that's the truth.
I'm not surprised, but kind of. I'm not surprised at where I'm from, but I'm surprised at the percentages. But overall, yeah, I thought there's going to be like a random country, but no. This is me. I'm all like Middle Eastern and Italian, North African, Mediterranean, all of that.
We all come from somewhere. We're all hybrids of different things, different cultures, civilizations, and all grow on each other and evolve. And it's never each their own. You know what I'm saying? So, just.
We're all mixed in with each other. Like, we could well be relatives without even knowing it. Like, yeah, there's no need for people to be walking around thinking they're superior or inferior than anyone else. Everyone's united, you get me? That's the madness, though. Sick.
this like nationalism, or you know, like everyone, yeah, like people feel really proud of like their particular country, and in the bigger scope of things, this kind of goes to show that like you're not from one place. No one is. Like we're so diverse. There's such a mix of people. Like, you know, like it's never gonna be one place over another. So it just kind of just reiterates to you that you should never like feel like you're superior to someone just because of where you're from. Like we all came from Africa anyway. Just be Gucci. No, it's racism. Be Gucci, bro. Be Gucci. No, it's racism.
All right, it was a pretty good video. I think some of you probably already saw my frustration with them not keeping the percentages up for that long, and not giving as much in depth. Like, you know, most of the time when you see these types of things, they'll kind of have it up. They'll show a good amount of it, and often they'll still cut to a full clip of the web page, or at least more of a clip of it, a snapshot, and they really didn't include much in this one. So it just makes it a little bit harder to follow along. Like, even when you hear all the percentages, there's just something about being able to kind of look at all of them at once, and especially seeing the further breakdowns, because MyHeritage does have some of those community connection, breakdowns and stuff, which we saw some of them reading, but it wasn't up on the screen. This video is from August 9th, 2019, so it is a year and a half old. So there may have been some updates since this for some of them. And, just like I say in every video, it's always interesting to see the changes, especially because you usually will see a lot of those trace regions, the other regions, the smaller ones. Those will usually change. And then if they don't, it kind of shows that there is a strength to them. But another part to it, like I said earlier in the video, is learning how to read the more in-depth information, like from the white papers about the tests. That way you understand how strong to read it, although I don't think MyHeritage has a white paper they release, which is unfortunate. The results overall were not too surprising for me. I was happy that they had a good array of people from different parts of the Arabic world. So, multiple North African countries, a couple of countries in the Middle East, and, they all did have somewhat of a different mix. So it was pretty cool to see that. Anyone with ancestry in those areas, though, will likely get a lot of mixture of stuff just because there has been so much population migration throughout the areas. And, over the past 1,000 years, not even considering even further back than that. So there's a whole lot going on with it. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. You can also click right about here if you'd like to subscribe. It is completely free to do so. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at GeneaVlogger. I'm the GeneaVlogger. See you in my next video.